Just traumatized two kids at the park. Am I a bad person? I just went through a pretty shitty breakup and I wanted to go to the park next to my house to sit on the swings for a while and put my headphones in, as it's usually a calming thing for me, and I just needed to wind down a bit. I get to the park, it's about 8 p.m. and dark, and I notice two kids, both boys around 8 and 10 years old, throwing basketballs against the wall of the school. I just go sit on the swings, which is a slight distance from the school wall, and start listening to my music when I can hear them screaming things at me. Mind you, they had to be doing this exceptionally loud because I blast my music very loud in my headphones and could still hear them pretty well. They were screaming and making very loud moaning noises in my direction and trying to get me to engage with them or something. I figured if I just pretended I couldn't hear them and ignored them, they'd eventually stop. I was sadly mistaken though, as they not only continued, but kept walking closer and closer to me, doing the same thing over and over again. Eventually, they were right in front of me. I stared down at my phone and still acted like I didn't see or hear them, but at this point, I turned my headphone volume all the way down to fully hear what they were saying. I was appalled, as they were saying things like, "What? You can't hear me? Are you fucking deaf? Pathetic, she must be deaf." I still ignored them until I heard one of them say, "I should hit you in the head with my ball," and I watched in my peripheral as he walked almost behind me and lifted the ball above his head, ready to throw it at my head. I don't know why this is the first thing I thought to do, but I immediately spun my head toward them, somehow mustered up slight tears in my eyes and made my voice shaky. I said, "Can I help you guys? My mom just died. I really just need some space." Their faces immediately dropped, and they started profusely apologizing to me and backing away. I said, "I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm dealing with a lot right now and really need some space." They continued to apologize and made up some story of being scared, and that's why they were yelling. They eventually just went and kept playing and left me alone the rest of the time. I feel slightly bad, as when they were leaving and passed by me, one turned to me and said, "Bye, I bet your mom is really proud of you." And I told them thank you and that I hoped they had a nice night. Part of me feels bad, but honestly, someone needs to teach them not to treat people like that, and also not to approach random adults in the park they don't know at nighttime. I hope they go home tonight, hug their moms a little tighter, and learn to not approach people they don't know and not to scream at or insult others. I figured if someone wasn't going to teach them, then I would. Subscribe.